what that means.
I have no idea what that means. Hello, hi, followers and people for watching this first time. So, yeah, who are you? Who are you today? He needs some breathing exercise. So,
I am a breath of fresh air.
perfect. I'm Mike, and happy to have you here on board on watching this. Um, so, the end of the last episode was cut,
Oh yeah, man.
and there was something said about retirement. So, the point is, we are in a different age bracket, so I'm closer to retirement than him. Let's say it that way. Say it that way.
I would say there is no retirement.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. I had to make a difficult decision today, but I felt not treated well by someone. Actually, almost taking advantage. I don't want to. Yeah, taking advantage is the right definition. So I had to cut this connection, not even relationship, connection situation. And I had to do it not in my language. I am fluent, so I need, yeah. But anyway, after consideration, what is actually the right phrase in Spanish, I did this. And yeah, I wish this person all the best, but it makes no sense that we have any contact anymore. I won't mention her, but he knows.
It's the same special someone that he mentioned many times.
No, it's not. Anyway,
Anyway,
the special someone is just a projection.
okay. Just a
Doesn't
fantasy.
exist.
Just a fantasy.
Doesn't exist.
Was just a fantasy. Anyway, like about the last episode, this is the second episode now that got cut. The other one is definitely like really bad, so we didn't post that one. And this one, that's episode 34 that we did post. I also didn't want to post because like, you know, it's cut, so it's not like how we normally do things, like fully everything captured. And but it's good to post it to again get out of any perfectionism, because there's still like definitely value in that video for someone for sure. And what else you want to say?
No.
Another update is the weather is kind of really nice now already, and
We decided to go camping.
we will go camping. We're leaving the airport for tonight, and if everything's cool, then we continue doing that because
Having enough of this scene.
enough of that terminal scene. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think people getting less and less, and but now the, the city of Madrid had this Campaña de Frios,
Which is ending.
which is ending also by the end
in a
of
week.
the month.
In a week.
Yeah, so I got message that the people having now to find different places what they do, probably
Yeah.
sleeping outside or
Or
going
airport.
or airport or
They're-
finding other shelter.
Yeah, they're like already in the airports. I mean, I heard this at least 300 people, but like 300 to 800 people like living in the airport here in Madrid, and this Campaña de Frío, which was like helping people get shelter throughout the winter and the cold, is also like hundreds of people, and now it's ending. And well, the weather is really nice, so it should be fine. And I'm really used to sleeping outside. I've been doing it for a year now.
So I mean, it's like getting down from 12, 11 degrees in the evening down to maybe, I don't know, 3, 2, because that's the cycle, and then it's when then the day begins, it's getting warmer, and then yeah, so that's like the cycle. So between 4 and 8 in the morning is then the lowest temperature.
So let's see how it goes.
So that's what I observed living here in my madness for a while, right?
Yeah. It's the middle. What's the time now? It's 1 minute to 2 p.m. Kind of like a dip in energy. Feeling pretty tired. Shot 2 episodes already. This is the third one.
Yeah, maybe to come back to
This is right next to the library, Kondaduk. Actually, a stairway, and the library is just on the left. So we upload this straight away.
So what defines a friendship? A friendship is if there's mutual respect, but if you feel from the other side not actually respected and treated well, then this is for me not a friendship. So, and I also think only a friendship between a man and a woman is also something what is not recommended, because it's maybe one side wants more, the other don't give more, so it's like not a match in heaven. So
Well, it can be, or yeah, it definitely can be. It's possible.
but only if both sides actually have a clear understanding. So that's
Yeah, for
what
sure.
it is.
If
But
not,
if it's only ended up like this, and the other side has maybe want more, want not only a friendship, and he got dumped in the friendship, or she got dumped in the friendship, then that gives a bitter taste.
yeah,
Because it makes no sense to having contact with someone where you know that you wanted actually more, but you get only the friendship thing, right? So that this is not recommended to take this further. I mean, it's a different thing if you're doing some project or work together, but if it's only like this, then maybe it's not recommended to pursue this further, because one side wants more and the other don't give it, then it's always a lack, and that's at one point then there is no more friendship. That's what I just wanna comment on this situation, what can happen for everyone. I mean, he said his approach was, I test the water if I can make a move on her, and if not, then I close the door. So
Yeah.
that seems like he.
this is completely a different topic. It's not a friendship stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be you make a move, she closed the door, but do you think, oh, now the door for a romantic relationship is closed, but I want to have a friendship? I mean, that could be the case, and that happened to so many people, also to me in the past.
Say that again.
So let's say, assume you made a move on someone and they didn't want you as a romantic partner.
Okay, so I want a romantic something. I make a move, they don't.
Yeah, but you're still ending up in a kind of relationship as a friendship.
Yes.
For some reason,
friend zone stuff.
Yeah, exactly, because she don't want you as a romantic partner, but she appreciates that you listen to her, that you spend time with her, and then that becomes for me a taking advantage, right?
Yes, first of all, it comes down to whether you have self-respect. If you know what you want, you have an intention, and you try it, and it doesn't work, are you gonna lower your standards and be in the friend zone and like she's fucking someone else? I mean, it all comes down to self-image and self-respect.
Or fucking nobody. But the point is here, there's two approaches to it. I mean, you can say, okay, you want to check it out if it works with this person, and you could be friends in the beginning and then make a decision if you want more. But, yeah, so I mean, you never know until you figure it out what they actually want. But the thing what is recommended is clear communication. If you don't have this,
thanks for saying that. Absolutely.
if you don't have this, if both sides assuming things and they never actually talked about this, or maybe messaging each other, and then the other side is not responding to this, then there's no clear communication.
Which is kind of the case with the special someone that you were talking about.
I don't know what you mean, but in a way it makes no sense. You said, okay, yeah, so they're all the red flags to say, oh, I want now my own time, I don't want to have so much contact with you. There's all flags to say, she just want to have for what, right? Just to taking advantage of you. So that could be the case. I don't want to call it abuse, but of course, I mean, also depend on the situation. What I have learned in the past or experienced, that person who are in an extreme survival situation, they're taking advantage of everything they can get only to bring them further, to survive, and they don't care. This is just them first, but it is also coming from the situation. But instead to say, oh, I'm now in this situation, and it would be nice to have someone we could support each other, but I don't see it that way for some reason, or not in that case. I mean, there's some friendship for people living in homeless conditions, or even love. We have seen this, and they're doing this, and they're supporting each other, and not taking advantage of someone who is friendly to them or likes them. So I mean, I don't think that's right. But anyway.
So the most important thing is to actually communicate clearly whatever you want and whatever you feel and whatever you think and whatever is happening with the actual person that you are in a relationship with.
Or situation.
Yeah, or whatever. I mean, whatever it is, you can't be talking about it with someone else who's not in that relationship. I mean, it's a joke, and a lot of people do that, and that's why the relationship doesn't go forward. It's like a relationship, right? So it's a ship in relation. So the only way to move forward is to fucking communicate. So if you don't communicate, nothing happens, and it's all these assumptions and fantasies happen, and
whatever. It is what it is. I mean, and then also one more important thing to this is, don't put yourself down after you found out that this is not gonna work out. Because first of all, that was maybe not the match, and also maybe there's someone else who is better suited for that what you're actually looking for.
It all comes down to patience and your standards.
Patience and confidence, and also trust. In trust to saying, okay, you did your thing, and it hasn't worked out. So I mean, you could have been together with this person, and after a while it didn't work out. So it's almost the same, right? So don't put yourself down, and continue what is important for you, and then maybe you attract other people, other who matches with you, and find you interesting, and you find them more interesting. And it flows also. If it doesn't flow, if one side accepts you only under condition, that's not good. It has to be, there's no condition.
And
so
if you have low self-worth, you'll fall for it.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like you said, that definitely relationships and connections is not something you can force.
Number one. And number two is, if someone starts to, I mean, if they're really a couple, then I appreciate them say you should do this, you should do this. But not in the moment before you, in the phase before you become a couple. Because that makes no sense, because that brings someone down in a way, right? Because that's also depend how the other side sees this. The other side sees, oh, I get only her love if I do that, and that, and that's totally wrong. That's condition.
Right, right. So it doesn't match,
No, it doesn't
It's
match.
not natural.
I mean, it should match. And then if that if this develops, then of course they can have talks about what could be improved on or how it's better for them, right? But not before. I mean,
Well, what about before when you in when you're getting married, you make these statements, right?
with statements.
Well, you know better than me.
Because I went through this with
Yeah, I'm
statement.
not getting married, definitely not.
I
So
mean, the
what's
statement
the
is
statements you make, yeah.
the statement is that you will support your wife until the death. I mean, this is kind of the statement, right? And also be that she be the only one. I mean, and that's also depend on
Yeah.
where you get actually
and
married.
the divorce rate is like over 50%, right? And
I don't have the numbers,
yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure it's
but
like
it's
50 or so, 49 or something, and
Yeah,
and
but
so
it's-
many people cheat.
That's
So-
depend on the way you get married, because I didn't get married in the church. I got married only in the civil court or whatever, how you call that. And in the church is a totally different game. I mean, there the church is forcing you their values on it. No cheating, support her until the death. If you marry someone, that's it. That's your final decision. And yeah, I mean,
So I want to say that how can you fucking know what's gonna happen in 10 or 20 or 30 years or
but that's
even
this
earlier
commitment.
with that person? But how can you know what will happen, what will come your way?
I totally agree, but
Because
this
you're
is
not the same person
But
now
that's-
that you was like 1 year ago or 2 years ago
But-
or even months ago. It depends on how fast you evolve, but you're always changing. So that brings me to a point that you might make these statements, but as relationship evolves or continues, you might have to make these talks over and over and over again about the relationship. It's always changing. People are always changing. You're not the same person that you were a while
Yeah,
ago.
but this is the concept of growing. Also, both are growing, and then of course, they're
Yeah.
not the same person.
The
When you start
talks
a
are-
relationship with someone a year ago, and then after 1 year, maybe you're not the same person anymore because
sure
something
you're not.
happened. But the point is, this commitment comes from conditionings, comes from the society, comes from the church or the religion under this marriage falls. So this is, I mean, there is something, if you think about relationship, normally you should see, you come together, you decided you are a couple, but it doesn't mean, it should mean you should be happy together how long it takes. But there could be also a point where you decide, no, it's not working anymore.
And
And
that's
that
it.
should be okay to say,
Exactly.
we go in our separate ways. And I mean, in a way they're doing this anyway. They marry, have a engagement, promise to marry them, and have the weddings, having a nice whatever event, and then they're married, and then they live together, and then after a while they decide, oh, it's not the person I wanted to be,
Or
and that doesn't work, or they found someone else and cheat with them, and then this ends, and then they maybe get married again. So I mean, in the real life, that's happened. So all this condition from the church or from the religion, that's you marry only once and that's forever.
It can be.
It-
I'm not saying it can't be.
Yeah, but it's not always a case.
Exactly, because I mean, again, everyone is on a different journey, and that's absolutely fine if you even get divorced or whatever. That's the relationship you had to have at that point in time to get you to where you are now, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And there's gift in that. There's definitely some things that you learned or understood, and will help you to move forward. And I'm just gonna check if we're still recording, because who knows what's happening with these resources. that we
Okay.
have.
So I think that comes to an end because
Yeah. So let's just say.
we had a good time talking about important things, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks for
Yeah.
watching. And until the next time, just content, why not? And we love you all.
what he said.
Bye.